Howdy folks, this morning's soap is going to be Wilkinson Sword in a tub about 125 grams. I have to work that out to figure out how many ounces that is. That's what it looks like on the inside, and inside the bowl it's a fairly firm soap, but when you do like I do and I scrape some of it out and put it in a bowl, it's a fairly soft soap. It's easy to press down in a bowl, except for this morning, instead of using a bowl, I used an Old Spice mug. Got a few of them, and got it whipped up here with a horsehair brush. Got this brush a while back off of eBay, and Jindia, I think is how you would say it. It's it'll be down below. The shaver of the day. I'm going to show you the back side of this if I can. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Damaskeene. Don't know if the glare is going to stop you from seeing a lot of that. And the blade is going to be, got my blade here. It's going to be a Treet Super. Get it placed in there just right. Close the top. Everything's looking lined up, ready to go. It's a nice little shaver. Got the alum block lined up, complete with rubber band. Haven't dropped it and broke it yet. And got some Thayer's Witch Hazel with aloe. And going to follow up with the Face Barber Shop scent, aftershave. I've already put a hot towel to the face. Bloom water. The scent of the soap, I've been trying to figure out what it's I guess you might say linen type scent, maybe cotton. I had a hard time with my nose trying to figure out what the scent is of the soap. I got it from eBay. As for me, that seems to be the easiest place to find it. I've been looking for it off and on for a while, and got it shipped to me, and the price was $3.88, I think it was, including shipping. Of course, yeah, you have to wait a moment, which wasn't that long. I think a week and a half, maybe. It wasn't all that long. I mean, considering, from the time I placed the order till the time I got it here, it wasn't that long. And that's a fairly decent amount of soap for $3.88. If I remember right, it was $3.88. It was pretty inexpensive. I thought it'd be worth a give a try. Some of this I've had for a moment. Hang on a second. Tomorrow, I'm going to try out my brush that I knotted up, reknotted, because the old knot, all the hair in the middle was gone. It was just on the outside. The center was hollow. All that hair was gone. Got a new horsehair knot in there. That'll be its maiden voyage there. And I'm going to try some Derby soap. This was inexpensive. Got it from the Modern Man. It's located in the UK. I think I paid a couple of bucks for it. Took a cheese grater to it, and I placed it in another mug. Get to see that one tomorrow. Some folks, if you read about this kind of razor, believe that this is the smoother shaver of the gems. Kind of feels that way to me also. You can find these relatively inexpensive, depending on what you're looking for. If you want one with a nice case and so on and so forth, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more. Say a little bit, actually, probably quite a bit. In other words, you're starting to get up to $50 and whatnot. But you usually, find these cheaper than that, without a case. Depending on what you're wanting. I have to say the scent on this is pleasant for me. I like the scent, and it's not to the point where it's, I can say mild and my nose doesn't pick it up. So that would be, for me, that's one of those things that if my nose can pick it up, it can't be too terribly bad. Yeah, this is a pretty smooth shaver. Working out pretty good so far. The soap is a little different. You might consider it a, matter of fact, in other words, I can smell it right now. With my beard type, I could probably say that the pre-shave routine is probably going to be pretty important. Don't know that it's all that slick. With my water, in one of these days I need to start experimenting with just using distilled water out of a bottle. But with my water being, it's not the hardest by any means, but it's definitely not soft. It's hard water, but I guess you might say if you want to put it in a range, I would guess it's probably somewhere in the middle of hardness. So that may affect how this whips up. I don't know if you can hear that feedback. Still feels like, in other words, I'm not getting any irritation. In other words, there's enough cushion there. But it was $3.88 shipped. So I guess you might say if you put it in the category that it should be in due to the price, it's a pretty decent soap. If you were trying to keep things on the cheap, and Williams is not an option for you. This might be a good one. I'll have to try out. I've got some Palmolive stick that I haven't tried out yet. May have to take it to a cheese grater and put it down in a mug and give it a whirl and see how it works out for me. Because that Palmolive wasn't expensive either. Here in the States, it seems to be easier to find some of this stuff on eBay. Find somebody that's willing to ship it to you without it breaking the bank, if you will. On Facebook, I visit quite a few groups, and notice some of the aftershaves that are not readily available here, and sometimes the, believe it or not, the cheapest in the way of shipping get it here as well as price for the product. A lot of times I find that on eBay it's a better route to go. Not only that, it seems to be easier to find without having to do a bunch of what I call page flips. hunting all over the internet for that one store when I can just go to eBay and pretty much find what I need. And most of the time the shipping is reasonable. You'll have to compare the prices, the free ones versus the ones where they'll charge you with shipping, because sometimes even though you're paying with shipping, you still come out cheaper than the one with the free shipping. So you know, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. But for me, I think it's kind of good to try some of these inexpensive soaps that are readily available in some areas to see how they work out. In other words, see what you're missing out on. And if you haven't, and I am glad Russell realizes it too, because it sometimes there are times where I have quote unquote plenty of time to watch videos, and then there's other times I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm lucky during the week sometimes to catch 2 or 3, and that's usually at lunch. But Russell, Wild West Shaving, you haven't visited his site. Today for me is Saturday, and Friday I forgot what time, so when I had a chance to watch the video, it was early this morning. Had to watch it again. But I was looking for his new soap and solid aftershave cologne yesterday, bright and early Friday morning, and then around lunch, and didn't see it, and I thought maybe I misunderstood, and then by the time this morning when I first got up, then I realized it was 6 in the evening when he was releasing it. So he has his first solid cologne to go with the Reserve number 1, and he released the Reserve number 2. He's got a fair selection of soaps also. If you're going to get the cologne, the solid cologne, or if you're looking to get the Reserve number 2, you'll want to find his video, because he's got a discount code on his YouTube video. And then Russell, you don't have anything to worry about. This is not as slick as your soap. You can shave with it, like Anthony says, but it, I think it needs a wee bit more slickness. But you can definitely shave with it. See if I got anything that I missed that I can't live without. Sometimes, in other words, I'm just looking for a smooth shave, and if it's relatively close, I'm not worried about it. But every once in a while, I find a spot where it's still a little prickly. Yeah, I might give that spot right there another swipe every once in a while. Right there on my neck. That it grows in such odd angles, it's not always easy to get close. In other words, with a shave head, I can usually get it and not have to worry about it. But sometimes with a single edge or a double edge, a stroke coming this way catches a few of those that are still resisting. But I usually get most of them with the grain or against the grain pass with a shavette. Like I said, this shaver here is, in my estimation, a little bit milder than the others. Great shaver though. Especially if you're just starting out with a single edge, this would be a good one to start out with. Depending on what kind of blade, you know, you're going to have to get used to that single edge blade feel. But the Jim's got some that are out there, Blue Star, that a number of people like, and for me the Treet Supers work well for me. Now I have found Treet Super in two different kind of packages. One that's in a cardboard box, where the back of the box is part of the, you might say, the labeling, the packaging. And then I have found some treats that were in a plastic container. In other words, where you got a blade dispenser comes with it. Pretty decent shave. Really though, for the price, really can't complain. If you use a pre-shave, may have to try that next time. Should have thought of that. But I wanted to find out what the soap felt like using it. Yep, definitely got some stinging right there. That's not even the spot where I went over more than once. Pre-shave might be in order on this one here. In other words, using the bloom water for a pre-shave may not have been adequate. Using a pre-shave might have made a big difference in how the shave went. Overall though, like I said, it wasn't all that bad. I'm going to go through tomorrow's Derby. I'm going to use Derby soap tomorrow, and on Monday I'm going to use Williams, and then I'm going to hit the wool fat on Tuesday. Haven't used wool fat in a while, much less Williams. It's been a good moment. Oh, by the way, this is witch hazel. Feels good. Witch hazel, sometimes it's an addition to, as it goes for combing the face down. Soothing, if you will. Yeah, calms it right down. That sting is long gone now. Barbershop scent. This will be my first time using this one. You know how scents are. When you smell them out of the bottle, then you put them on your face, and then you wait for it to dry and give it a little bit, and how the scent might change. It's a barbershop scent. I can't. Not real good sometimes with scents and describing them, because my nose is pretty simple. Citrus, you know, stuff like that. Tobacco. Certain flowers I can pick up. Sometimes I don't know which one it is, but I can smell it. A floral scent. I don't notice, I could be wrong. I don't really notice a powder scent. At least not my nose. Now your nose, you might actually pick it up. But my nose is not picking up anything powdery. It could be there, maybe just as it dries, it'll come out, but I am not noticing. I can't place what it is. It's what I'm smelling. It is different though out of the bottle than versus what's on the skin. I need to learn a lot more about that sort of thing. I haven't put anything on the beard, so in other words, I'm not smelling what's on the beard. Because, for instance, using a beard oil like this one here, or especially one like this one here, orange. These two here that I have, boy, you put that on the beard, and for me, that's pretty much it for whatever I put in the way of aftershave. Because because that's all I'm smelling the rest of the day. But I'm still using the Dragon's Gold. And if you haven't seen it before, it's what it looks like on the inside. It's a beard balm. And if I get some hairs that are just totally unruly, which happens from time to time, depending on how bad they are, I use this. And got this from their eBay site. And this is what's left of it right now. It just pops right out of the tray. Which I kind of like this tray. It's pretty cool. Just slides right across the top. Got a little bump there. It latches on. And to the extreme, I guess you might say, I found this and it was just $2 at Walmart. Thought I'd give it a try. Every once in a while over here on the sides I'll have, it probably has a lot to do with how I sleep. They'll stick out like this and they will not lay down. They will not cooperate. Believe it or not, this works out pretty good for me. And it doesn't, even though with that color the way that it is, it doesn't make my beard yellow, which is, that works well for me. I don't like it turning yellow. Had a great shave. Oh, also another one of my vintage brushes. The way I understand this is pronounced opal as opposed to opal. And show you the bottom of the brush there. Number 12. Very nice shape. Looks like the original knot from what I understand. I'm going to break this one in. Going through my vintage brushes, I still have some that I need to get reknotted or attempt to do them myself. Some of them I don't mind. Some of them needs, let's say, professional help. Somebody knows more about it than I do, and I'll send those out. But had a great shave, a lot of fun today. Everybody stay safe and smooth shaves to you.